6, should we wait 5 minutes?
Is this a plug-in out for?
Oh, boogers, I'm sorry, yes. Oh, boogers. Will it reach? If you guys can, yeah, do it underneath.
Don't we have a extension course?
Okay, so we're
Is there?
acting like.
Because I feel like you could do the middle panel where, okay. Oh, except this is so going to be a trap. Just a minute. Yes, I see you. Yes,
This one, we have to do that. You know, I mean, because honestly, you know, before it came in, I said, you know, I'm gonna go.
Look at us.
See if I can find some fancy crap.
Did it work? Okay, perfect. And then we have to yeah. Did you find one though? I found just, hey, all right.
Look at resourcefulness here.
Well, we are technically a construction zone, and so now some things have started to move around the museum, so. Okay, so let's think about this for a second. Teresa, I can totally expect. She's very good about telling us.
So you think you're gonna be on the board?
Stephanie, she texted me late. Iris is probably now. Danielle's here, Jennifer's here. John's not here. Oh, and Susan Horowitz isn't even on this list.
You kind of,
By the way.
a few others that they went to.
So there you go.
Cities about this big.
And quorum is half of people in the room, so there you go.
I would be believing if all of them or somebody else doesn't meet yet, just meet for
Grab some trees.
Yeah.
So I would say whenever you like. Jennifer, can you still hear us all right?
That's amazing. You don't.
I don't know all of these, you know.
I have a lot of arguments.
Okay, so once we,
So have
you do count.
Do count.
No, you vote.
If you get your. Yeah, so.
Doesn't work that way. When you talk,
Yeah, it's horrible.
then just don't look at that.
Well, he's gonna present and then it's gonna
And
go
I was
away.
surprised
So.
some of us
All right.
out of town because of, something going on.
Okay, everybody, it's 6:03, I'm gonna call the meeting to order. I think 6:03. Roll call. Anna?
I am.
Teresa isn't here, Stephanie isn't here, Iris probably won't be here. Danielle?
Yeah.
Jennifer? Here. Excused, and me, Cindy, and Susan is gonna show up late. So, Laurel and Melanie and Nettie are excused.
Correct. And Iris is.
And Iris is recovering. So,
She's not welcome.
public invited to be heard.
Yes.
We do have Sarah and Brian are observing, and Sarah's contemplating becoming a commissioner.
Yes. Do you want to talk a little bit about her? A little about yourself? Sure. Or are you just observing? We'd love to hear about it.
Well, I'm a fan of what you do. You know, I'm a fan of the art. So much so that I did a project for graphic design school, and I brought it with me to share. We had to make postcards, and so I did art public places, spaces around town. So I'll pass those around. But I thought, well, this is a really great opportunity to get involved in something that I'm already interested in. I'm interested in art, obviously, and design. So yeah, I just want to know more about, you know, how this is an ongoing project, because, you know, from an outside perspective, you can kind of see things happening, but you don't know exactly what's going on behind it. So that's why I just want to find out more.
Welcome.
Well, welcome.
And Laura is the public art program assistant and has been here for 4 months. So you'll see more of our social media presence, hopefully. And I'm Angela Brown, the administrator, and then we also have.
I'm Steve Ranswell, I'm the Senior Property Manager with Natural Resources.
And I'm Sean McCoy, on the city council at large.
Okay. Corrections to August 17th minutes.
You know, now I can't find them.
Maybe we've already corrected them. Okay.
That could be.
But there are two. Is that
There were
correct?
two.
There were two.
Yeah, and maybe I just can't see them. And they were just little things.
That's okay. And here's Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Marking you is here.
So, how's about that we, Laura and I, will comb the minutes once again, find those two grammatical errors and fix them. Otherwise, for content, maybe we could have a motion.
No, the content I thought was fine,
Everything is
even though I
okay.
wasn't here.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve the minutes,
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
and I need a second.
I said that.
All in favor?
Agenda meeting.
Send it again. You don't, I can just, is it printout okay?
Or I can use this. I'll use this, it's fine.
Oh, yeah, I can send it to you too.
I can use this for parts.
Did I?
Let's just do it again, just for the record, please.
Okay. For the record, guys. The motion to approve the minutes was made by Danielle, and seconded by Pamela? Right. All in favor? Okay, unanimous. Additions and corrections to today's agenda.
I have two corrections. First, number 7 is Parks presentation, Fox Meadows Park with Steve Ransweiler. Remove Clover Meadows, that will come later. Addition is going to be, number 12 is going to be AIPP meeting scheduled December 21st, which then moves number 13, commissioner comments down to be 13. It's corrected on the agenda that you have in front of you. If you printed it out at home, those are the changes, and I can give you one if you like.
Okay.
Good on that, Jennifer? Thumbs up, okay.
Council comments. Sean, how's everything going at the city council?
Everything's going well. We are working on the budget right now, and we've heard over the last couple of weeks a variety of presentations about a variety of different areas of the city, including our public places. And I think the $444 million budget is on track to be approved. Which a lot of people are saying that's a lot of money, but some of that is money that we've held out for a long time to get some of the things like we were talking about, the construction here. That's what we're talking about, getting things finally put into place.
All right.
I would like to just make one comment, if, I don't know who's an avid city council watcher like myself, but it is important to note that Tim Waters did put forth and request a resolution to the council to support the museum expansion from an operational standpoint. Once we grow, we are at an 80% through a capital campaign, and capital campaign dollars, of course, are not ballot dollars. Some of the initiatives that you're going to see, capital campaign is individual donations to the museum expansion. They're 80% there, so we had a groundbreaking, actually, it's that way. The courtyard, of course, and then what is going to be Laura and my office, we're going to be moving over, and then additional, lots of additional gallery space, a children's gallery, blanking,
Is there gonna be another conference room like this one?
not a new one, but they will revamp.
But, yeah, that's.
Yeah. So there are, the majority of the campaign is public space.
Yeah.
The minority of it is office space. So the courtyard is expanding, lots of different things. So
Trying
from the development, the historical exhibition. So next month's meeting, you all will go on a little tour around the museum and learn about the expansion. But I just wanted to say from the city council front, that means a lot at city council.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah.
No money
You're thinking me. I'm not kidding. That's a
Beat
joke.
that drum.
Can always hope. Okay, Steve Rensweiler, Parks presentation, Parks Meadows. I'm looking forward to this.
Okay,
This
great.
is almost in my
Okay, so
neighborhood.
now, hold on.
I'll share with you.
Yeah, you might have to just do the HDMI.
No, you should be able just to share the screen if he is given permission as a host through
Oh, I'm not
the
in the, I didn't open the,
Zoom meeting. He'll have to have permission to share. Because you're the host and you'll have to give him permission. It's in the
sorry folks, give me a second here.
So you're very well, only 11 minutes in.
Oh, here you go. Did you literally just get this? Yes.
Participants, open the participants, yep. Just push all the way over on the participants front. Oh, yeah.
He's on it.
Oh, it's because you're not in Zoom
It's like a
either.
miniature.
That's him on the owl. Or we can, because he's in the HDMI, we can just flip the channel over. And Jennifer will be able to see it. If Jennifer will not be able to see it, true, you need to join the Zoom meeting, sorry.
Outlook is loaded.
Outlook is loading. So,
So,
we
You
can.
move on to that one and I'll come back over.
No, you're fine. We could skip real quick while you do that and talk about Art Walk.
Okay. Let's skip to item 8 and we'll run back to Steve when he's ready. So Art Walk. Huge success.
Really? But who knew buttons were that hot?
I know the buttons were
I mean,
fantastic.
oh my goodness, everybody
Oh.
wanted a button.
Did you recover? The button maker attacked Susan.
Oh, no.
What?
Did you have button fingers?
But it was okay because we knew where to run to the yarn shop because Jennifer Miller is all about first aid. She reached in, so I went to Rosalie's and grabbed ice.
Hold on, I'm doing something on here.
Yeah, you just needed to mute yourself. Mute yourself and then I muted you, so.
Yeah, but we had hundreds.
Yes, and you know what was really the most popular was the big bin full of all the little artwork. People love digging through that,
I
and
know,
pulling stuff out, and finding stuff to put on the buttons.
And the kids loved it. It was great. Everybody, it was our walking channel. It was huge.
It was huge.
I can't ever remember.
I love that sale.
No, we had
Hold on a minute.
so many nice bands. We had good bands and really interesting, a lot of stuff.
And we had the shop art box winners there, and that really drew people down the side street where we were.
They did. They did. Everybody was really excited. I voted for that one.
Yeah.
I didn't vote for that one.
Oh, I love this one. Yeah, it was good.
It
It was
was really
good.
fun. And the weather actually cooperated, you
You know, it
know,
was very hot.
but unfortunately.
And next time we'll all have aprons to wear, so people will know we're waiting for us.
These are great. Actually, this is great for yard work and.
Yeah, use it however you want.
Any, all kinds of stuff. This is.
So when we go and do our walk or
When I-
Day of the Dead or whatever we're doing,
When I first saw it, I thought it was a tote bag.
Oh, you did?
No, not another tote bag.
I like this.
Either, yeah, I use this all the time.
Yeah, so everybody have one hanging on your chair. It's for you to take home.
Oh, just an email.
So Jennifer, can you hear me now? Steve is going to email you the presentation because we still need to problem solve more, having more.
I
than
can
one-
look at it on my phone,
Okay.
right next to my kitty picture here.
Okay.
Okay, so just give me a second.
Hold on. No, I'm just. Can I put them both together? Is that
Yeah, I got some great kimchi, that, you know, the lady that came over that had a dog named Kimchi.
Yeah.
And she, I really this great kimchi over there. And so I went and I bought the kimchi and it was really good. It was really good kimchi.
So we had 230 people come through Art Walk from 4 to 8 p.m.
Yay.
Of those, we were displaying museum information, Discovery Days, scholarships, which is the little kids. Lots of different, things related to the museum, and then us. We had, selection panel applications, we had board member applications, and then I think somebody said the shocker boxes. There's something about those mockets that just draw people over because they know what it is, and they're like, oh, I've seen those around town. So it does beg the question if we kind of, I hate to say it, but use that as like a marketing tool, and some of the artists need them for when they go out and paint their boxes, but maybe we just think about keeping some, or even making some dummy ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I need to make some anyways, so.
Did you email me address?
I think Angela
Did it not come through?
Okay, I don't have, all I have is longmontcolorado.gov, Angela, I don't have the exact thing.
Steve Ransworther, and I'm copying,
So smooth.
I know, it was close. DizzyLettuce@gmail.com. Is that right?
Yeah, yes. But it's just not, it's giving me just the general city website.
I think Steve needs to email you an image, so,
Email address.
yeah.
Okay, well, just, yeah,
Sit tight.
email me some great stuff.
I'm not quick. I'm not quick on the new iPhone. So the city made me,
The city made you get an iPhone?
They put a gun to her head.
they did, they're like, you were one of 60 who was holding out. You droid lover.
I'm a droid person too.
I know, because it's easy, like you can't copy this. Did it come through yet? I put both of you in the two, so you should each have been sent the same email with each other's addresses.
Yes, no, I have that.
Okay,
So now, Steve, you can send me the thing.
I'll get there this morning.
plus your art. So, yeah, we can just keep going.
So the art walk was immensely successful for our people who are with us.
I think so.
I think so. When is the next public thing downtown?
So Day of the Dead is, of course, it's the 21st year that the city is hosting the Day of the Dead Festival, which is, of course, organized by the museum. We will not have a designated art and public places booth. That said, they are looking for dedicated volunteers. I'll be there all day long. Laura will probably be there for a half a day because it's an all hands on deck situation. So y'all will be receiving information about volunteering if you like. Regarding festivals downtown, we probably won't see anything until what comes about in the springtime, which is Creative Crawl and the second Saturday bits. LDDA and the Creative District have asked us to consider helping them like launch their season, potentially with, if we have art on the move installed, if we could do tours or something like that, so.
Just wait for you.
DizzyLettuce@gmail.com.
When is
Oh, Day of the Dead, Saturday, October 14th.
October 14th.
Yep.
October 14th.
What
And
time?
set up, it's
you want this
from
guy home?
11
Not
to
mine.
3. And the setup is, yeah,
Of course.
because the Longmont Yard Shop has a booth. Why would this?
And it's down, so they do the similar thing like Art Walk, the Main Street is closed and Fourth Avenue is closed, and it's basically like a T.
on me.
Yep, and Kimbark, I think it even goes as far as the library, because that's where they did Sugar Skulls last year. I will have lots of information come October 2nd. That's the education team is who puts this all together and organizes the whole bit. And so I can forward you all of the information. And
We
then,
can highlight our mural in the breezeway by that guy. I can't remember his name.
AJ.
No,
Yeah.
the day of the dead, the day of the dead.
Oh, by, Tony Ortega.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, yep. And then the last thing is I have not spoken to Sam Calhoun, who is the organizer of Longmont Lights in Roosevelt, wherein we were the judges for floats last year, and we had lots of suggestions. So
Yes, we do. So
we'll reach out to her, but that would be super.
if you need a refresher.
But no, I mean,
Happy.
to be fair, these festivals are a massive workload in comparison to just putting up a booth that would put in a tent like we're doing.
It was wonderful.
It's next level,
I mean,
so.
it was beautiful, it's just that we should vote on it when the lights are on.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, come on, and it's about the lights.
so Art Walk, September, Day of the Dead, October, but no art in public places business, and then certainly presents at the holiday bit, but not art in public places booth.
Okay.
All right,
Great.
how's it going, Steve?
Not well.
Do you want to just, do you want to present just with our paper?
Well, then Jennifer doesn't get to. Jennifer, I emailed you, the documents, the subject line would be Fox Meadows. Do you know how to get the screen up there? One
Yeah.
Could you do that, please?
All right, I'm watching for it here.
Okay, we can go ahead and start.
Let's go through, then we have to click this over. Look at you. Technology. I'm I don't dig it. PC, I know, I just need to know how to. Arrow. Instant game.
Okay.
Hey!
Okay,
Thanks for patience, Steve.
no problem. Again, my name is Steve Weiler. I am a senior project manager with Natural Resources, and I build new parks and trails throughout the city. I've worked with AIDB a lot over the years to incorporate art into our public spaces as much as we can. We have a new park that we are just starting design on, located sort of southwest of 9th and County Line roads in the Fox Meadow neighborhood. It's a 9-acre parcel. And we have started the public process for that. We've had a couple meetings so far, and we've developed some concepts based on what the public input is. And those are the 3 concepts that I have given you. Basically, I do have this slide, and I'll show the 3 concepts. Tonight, we don't need to necessarily talk about the concepts, so I'm happy to answer any questions. What I'm hoping to convince the board to do is to allow Angela to put out a call for an artist, to get an artist hired in the next couple months, so we can integrate art into the design of the park, rather than just providing a couple concrete slabs here and there, so someone to put some art on. That's not a problem. I've been successful in doing this, well, I'm ready with it, so successful, he's got decommissioned, but Steve Day Park, we did that. Sandstone Ranch, we did that. Dickens Farm Nature, we did that with the
Rejuvenation.
Rejuvenation Center by Josh Rayner. So anyway, it has to happen quickly, because if you guys wait until Christmas, then the ship is sailed, and we'll just put a cat there if you want. But not, it has to happen in the next couple of weeks
No, we're fast.
in order to meet our schedule. So that's really, I'm going to scroll down. Jennifer, did you ever get those concepts?
Yes, I got them.
Awesome,
Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm going to scroll down real quickly to, well, I can just tell you real quickly, you guys can't see this, but on there's a school site adjacent to it, just on the eastern side of the park site, future school site, I should say.
Okay.
School district has not identified even when they're gonna build a school there, they do on the land. And there is this pond, or this park is located in a detention facility. So the eastern portion of the park is constrained by occasional water standing there, Okay, so you'll see the three concepts we have push most of the recreation to the western side of the park. Just some of the public, this is
Go
also.
back real quick.
I'm sorry.
No,
Oh,
that
yeah, we did, this is
one.
art.
No,
That
There we go, yes. We did put public art as one concept. We asked people who attend the meetings for their ideas about what they'd like to see in the park. You can see public art was overwhelmingly on the right side of the screen with all green dots and no red dots. So I think the public would be interested. Angela was there to make a plug to see if people wanted to be on any sort of selection panel.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure if you've heard anything from anybody on that, but
Yeah,
there's
we
some.
have 20 people, so, which means we have 20 people excited about being on the selection panel, which means the next step is going to find out when those people are available on the dates, that once we plug in the RFQ, we get the artist dates of when they would be proposing and presenting, making sure whomever would be on the selection panel would be in town and available, and then we're just gonna have to do a lot of, because all 20 people can't possibly sit on that. But, of course, there will be meetings, so input and all of that will be.
And so the art is basically on the eastern side of the entry?
That is something that our consultants are showing. The art is wherever art ends up.
Okay.
If we get an artist on board. This is just meant to show the public that we are serious about trying to include art into this park. But, you know, if we get an artist on board and they start looking at our design, that's when their creative juices start flowing. To give you a timeline, our third public meeting is October 11th at Trail Ridge Middle School. This is all on the city website. That's where we'll be taking these three concepts. Here's one concept, which is sort of a space adventure theme. The joke is that this park has had a sign for 20 years called the Future Park. Future Park, in some way, it's called Future Park. Space theme, maybe that works. This one did not receive, because we got this land in 2003 or 4 or 5, somewhere in there. So it's been there for almost 20 years. So this is one concept, but you can see the things that we're automatically going to include in a park is a restroom, a playground, an open lawn, some shelters, those type things. So this is, you know, our budget is what our budget is. And so this is something that is a representation of something we can show the public that meets our budget.
Zip line, yay!
Just to be clear, of course, the Art and Public Places budget for a project is on top of the first budget, right? Because we accrue the 1% of their construction line item. So we made sure that the public understood that they wouldn't be losing any of the amenities of the park by adding public art.
We have other places that have handball and racquetball.
We do not have any outdoor handball courts in our system.
So this would be unique. It might be positioned well in that sense to not be, because of where it's located on the map here.
What do the little blue numbers mean? +0, -1, -4?
Those are elevations. You can see the grass is 4 foot below the elevation of the street.
Okay, well, thank you.
I didn't even notice those amounts. Thanks for pointing that out. So that's one concept. Another concept, again, is the fitness on the prairie, and really embraces the native area on the western side, the eastern side of the park. This shows some sand volleyball, and it has some fitness stations or parkour. You know, the folks coming to the public meetings are primarily, I'd say the average age is probably 65 plus, and they're trying to convince me that there's no children within miles of this park, and so they shouldn't have playgrounds. And so, right, I try to explain to them, we build our parks for everybody, and so.
Plus, there's a future school right there, which is not gonna be for 65-year-olds.
Ding, 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 ding. They don't allow Steve to take bells to the public meetings. And they
Angela can attest that they've been asking me, and I've been trying to deflect, saying we've been trying to engage all ages.
Yeah,
in our art
I
designs.
prefer that, actually.
So,
I want a bunch of old gray people like me.
But it has been, they have been very engaging, and
It is true. In one moment, there are no kids in the park, and in the second moment, we need to sledding hill, because when the kids come to this park at the present moment, they're sledding, and they're already sledding, and
Yeah.
so you just have to, we understand how our residents are.
Yeah, so, anyway, this is, you can see, so our recreation director actually was asking about lack of turf. It's part of our, well, first of all, there's budget. Second of all, there's water conservation. Third, so it really comes down to those types of things, our operational budget. We don't want to put grass in where we don't going to use it. So you're going to see the way our neighborhood parks are evolving, and this has been going on since the mid-2000s. Rough and Ready Park and Stephen Day are both like this, where they have native on the outskirts of the park and the core area of irrigated turf in the middle. We don't design parks like Thompson Park or Roosevelt Park anymore because it's a classical way to design a park, but not a way that meets the needs of the Front Range at this point in time. So that's why you're seeing a lot of native area on this, in addition to the detention challenges on the eastern side of the park.
I like the small amphitheater.
I know, that's the one.
Which would be an excellent opportunity for an integrated park project, if that is the
Yeah.
direction that it goes. But
I like on the seats or.
But as we talk about getting an RFQ out, we would put an RFQ out for integrating something into this park, and then depending upon which one of these directions, there'll be little bits and pieces of everything. Then that's what Steve was saying about bringing an artist in, then they start working with the design team, and then the proposals are born out of those conversations, rather than them starting with something in their mind.
Yeah.
So it's a
Yeah,
little
so
bit of a
like-
different
Artist
process.
here would necessarily bring the tech, bring the concept.
They would bring a concept, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
So on concept two, because on third, where you have art, is that just an idea, or is that
Just an idea. It's just to represent the graphics, that we are including part of all of the different concepts, because we know we want to pursue art. And we rely on the artist to figure out where the art would best be located in.
Okay, but it could go around a small amphitheater too, or something like that?
Yeah, one thing I've worked on parks in Longmont for a long time. One thing that was fun that we had done in the past was working at Sandstone Ranch. If you go to the Venture Playground, so this would have been mid-2006 or so. There's raised sand areas, and we at one of the festival on Main, one of the art walk nights, had areas where kids could paint tiles. And then we worked with, I don't remember who the one was, but a local artist.
Susan Daly?
Maybe that's, again, close to 20 years.
Yeah.
So I don't remember. But then she fired them all, we had a contractor install those in the, and no names, so there's no words allowed, but that was sort of a fun little thing that had some planning. We were able to, think about what art walk is. We did it the first art walk next year, had the flyer. Contractor's not gonna be ready to put something like that until late 24 anyway.
Yep.
We're starting construction roughly in May of 24.
Yeah, it's like the Dawson Tree where they have all the little kids stuff in there, that's really cool. I love that.
So it's just an idea, and again, I'm just saying there's lots of different ways to integrate art.
Oh, yeah.
And art, Steve Day Park's a great example of art not being in a single place. The artist, again, we couldn't think of his name, Stephen.
I should have looked it up, but I did not.
But he has art, there's 5 or 6 pieces along the northern spine of the park, and then he has the X-shaped into the concrete, the eastern end of the park. So a lot of successful opportunities, and I'm hoping the board will want to pursue.
Yeah, what are we talking about? The piece that's at Stephen Day Park, which I can never remember.
Or the footprints or landscapes or whatever it's called.
Explore?
And
I
Stephen
can't
Day
remember
Park,
the artist name.
little murals that are, that need work.
And then this is the third concept, Major Play Road.
Joe McGray?
Yeah, for the.
That is it, Joe McGray.
Yeah, he's.
I have a question about concept two.
Oh, sure.
And I understand the concept, okay, I get it. But this, prairie overlook, is that just like a pier out over the, it's the swale where the water
Well,
rises?
it's not like swales. It's a native area, and we could, add forbs and put that as an overlook wildlife, or not wildlife,
Oh, maybe
small wildlife, butterflies, bees, things like that.
Birds, yeah.
Yes. But yeah, it's meant to be an elevated platform that overlooks the,
Cool.
about 3 feet elevated looking at this.
And it has an into it, that it's like an overlook somewhere.
Yeah, and we have a good design code. We don't imagine people going from the, into the overlook east. They're gonna have to turn around, like rail and things like that. Like a beaver.
Well, so, and that is a good point, right? Like, just because there is a retention area down there, there are certain things on an infrastructure perspective that you can't put in a place like that.
Yeah.
But an art piece, that the retention could come up over the footer, and of course, all the structural have to be signed off on, is not out of this conversation. So when you bring 3 artists back, of which you would like them to bring a concept, an idea of how they will treat whatever the end up art concept, it could be in any of these spaces. And so while of course the designers right now are saying art here, it's just to make sure that art is represented as included in the concept.
So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody who has minutes from last month, that we allocated 45,000
Yeah.
for this. They conceivably, they could do like two little ones or one big one, or in 3 different places or something.
Small seek and find, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right.
I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring here and say, because anyway, this is new to Nicholas.
Yep.
But, we've only been able to integrate art into some parts, and the opportunities are greater for art in those type of parks. So if you're looking at budgets for other park projects, this might be one you want to lend a little more money to be able to maximize the creativity. So just throw that out there. I don't know what your thoughts on Clover Meadows and others.
So of the 5 and 8 projects, and if you don't know what that is, we can go into a little bit further, but in brief, the Parks Department in the next 2 years, 2-ish years, that would be the 5-year aspect, it's 8 and 5.
8 projects in 5 years.
There it is. 8 projects in 5 years. Those are coming pretty fast. 3 of which is what we're talking about, this park, Clover Meadows, which you're going to be hearing about in 2 months. And I say AstroTurf, which totally dates me, but whatever it is now, artificial synthetic turf, which there will not be an opportunity for public art in that zone. That said, I think that the contribution roughly, which I was given just after the last community meeting, was 150,000. Divide that by 2, that's 75,000. You could, if you would like to put more kitty and a little bolster this up, you could contribute more money that is coming directly from this. That said, you are also already completely in for 75 to 100 on Pratt Ridge, which then you will probably end up doing a mirror of that project on Boston Bridge. And also it's important to note, and this comes from last meeting as well, you have $171,000 from this year's budget, which we are carrying over in projects into 2024. And as far as I understand, the budget is looking good. And so you do have that significant fund for next year as well. So if you are amenable in increasing the budget on these projects, I think if you do for one, for Fox Meadows, you need to be prepared to do for the other, but that will need to be encumbered in 2020.
So does that mean we can't vote on it until January?
No, we'll be fine, but it won't be a 2023 project per se.
And certainly it will depend on the committee, and what kind of.
Thanks so much.
Your selection committee, what kind of.
Well, this Fox Meadows, you said the plans start in May 2024.
Construction starts.
Construction starts, we'll start construction in May. We're already working on plans now. So I started this, we have our 3rd public meeting, we have these 3 concepts, we're presenting to the public, there's opportunities for feedback in the website. We'll take that input, come up with a concept that meets our budget and reflects the impact input from the city. It's not a popularity contest where the top 3 get picked.
Yeah.
It reflects what we heard, and we'll present that to the public for comment, the 3rd meeting on October 10th. And then after that, we'll take it to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board meeting in November, and then the city council thereafter for their acceptance. At the same time, running parallel to that would be the name of this park. Fox Meadows is just a placeholder right now because that's the neighborhood. But there's a naming criteria. Again, there's more information on the website about that. That will also go to the council the same night. The naming criteria for the park. And
And then also, then, in an ideal world, tonight, you would make a vote and a motion to, I don't even think you need to make a motion, but it would be nice to have the direction to launch the RFQ with the dollar amount as you decide, that it will be an integrated piece, so whomever we are looking to hire for this will be working directly with the design team, with the Parks Department. And ultimately, and at the end of the day, they're going to bring a concept to the selection panel, and then they're gonna have to fine tune it with that dollar amount. But all of those things will be parallel, so when PRAB, which is the Parks and Recreation Board, sees that final concept, then they too will have the narrative and the language that's going along with the public art project, and then that will be a portion of the bigger package that then goes to council.
So to integrate our schedule with the parks in the city, we need to get this going right away.
Yes.
So that, because it takes at least a month for this, for the call for artists to
Yes.
mature for that.
Yes.
But, yeah, come on.
I'd like to have someone in contract by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And it's already-
Selected, we'll be working on the contract business at the end of the year.
Yeah, all right. All right, 3.
So for Nature Play Grove, like I said, this is the one that received the most support from the public, but they were, it wasn't far off from any of the other two. You can see the sledding hill that we're accentuating on the south side. The people currently sled on the west facing slope. We might make some improvements to the grading and things to make the south and north facing sledding hill a little bit better because it'll hold its snow longer. And then this natural play area, half court basketball court, and then just an open lawn and some paths. That's really what it seems like a mix of active recreation on the western side and passive recreation sort of on the eastern side. That seems to be the balance we're trying to find in this particular park plan.
It's a long center.
Sorry?
It's a long. place.
A log separate, yeah, this is a nature play area, and so it is, companies now, a lot of municipalities are moving towards natural play, where, whether it's actual logs, like a Dickens Farm Nature, it built a nature play area, and developed those logs, there, yeah, there's some photos to the right. But that's the type of natural play features that we're talking about there.
And people like this the best.
They like components of this the best. But this one overall received about the highest level of support, but not by significant margin. So we'll be getting components of all three, and putting them inside.
Oh, okay, so you could.
Yeah, this is not a,
You could have, the thing that seemed cool is the small amphitheater.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going, there's no amphitheater.
The study Marta looks over.
Right up, yeah,
It's used, that they,
I'm not alone on that thought.
It's just a matter of time before I think some theater group decides that they're gonna have the right components to set, this, whether it be like just a framework that can set on that, and then have little plays there throughout the year, or a kind of cycle sort of plays, and I think that would be kind of nice.
Yeah, but, and also the other thing about Rogers Grove amphitheater is it's really not, it takes you a second to realize that that's what it is. It's not like, you kind of.
It's really an exploration of what happens under the ground. It's not really an amphitheater.
It's kind of, yeah, it's not like, when I was over there, checking on maintenance and stuff, I was going, oh, I see, yeah, I get it now. But, it's not like an amphitheater that you just immediately go, oh, music, plays, stuff like that. It's a little bit different.
I envision something like they have studio art, and if you could have, in one a guy playing the guitar and another somebody doing a improv, and somebody
throughout the city. And that way they experience the different performance art at our different performance locations.
Yeah.
And Sandstone Ridge have that great mini amphitheater that has the spotlight in the US Capitol where you can hear from everywhere. It's very nice. I like it very much.
Yeah.
With like ideas such as that, would something along those lines, has that been like approved with, because just on this map, it looks like it's pretty close to like where neighbors and stuff would be. So that's my first thought, just because I deal with that at my job, is having neighbors close by with music, and it's even maybe you think it's really nice and calm.
I think
People like to complain.
Yeah, they can hear it small. I think this is sort of, I'm giving a lecture on the beautiful native seed over here in this park. I don't think it's the kind of amphitheater like
Okay,
Red
yeah.
Rocks where you would have music or anything.
Yeah.
It's like small.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
where people would have
Pretty
weddings.
loud, though, so.
It's where people would have small weddings, not where you would have play.
But there's
I was
no-
curious how that gets approved. with
That's
stuff
all
like
part of the
that.
balance.
Okay.
Yeah, part of figuring out how we buffer from our neighbors is an important thing. But also,
Totally.
that's a nice recreation value park.
Cool.
So, and I don't program about parks or recreation, that's how I design.
But with school there, you realize there's gonna be that loud noise of kids running around playing all.
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say it.
So have basketball court of this when we could paint.
About the amphitheaters, or, whether they exist, or we're just thinking about them, how often are schools using them for school plays?
Good question from the
The only continual school performance that I know of is Hygiene Elementary fifth graders come to Thompson Park every year in Shakespeare Park. I don't know.
Burlington does too.
Does Burlington?
I guess.
At Thompson?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe other schools do. That's the only,
Yeah.
that's the only one I know of. There might be some others,
But
but.
just, that's when you guys were talking about that,
Yeah.
would that be nice?
Mhm.
Would
I was,
that be
that's
nice?
what I was thinking, something of that nature where it was a temporary thing and they could do this and just spread it out where people go, oh my gosh.
It seems like there's been a concentrated effort in certain ways, specifically Landing Park, I think was the direction that we received, of course, from council and from a city leadership of trying to activate those parks. So library has been doing a lot. I understand that Parks and Rec, not Parks and Rec, but Recreation has been doing quite a bit. And of course, the museum on those outreach components, I think that they are too. It is an interesting conversation, and it is an interesting relationship that the city has with the school district. So, yeah, those programming opportunities are certainly there. But if it's next to a potential school site, obviously, it's.
Yeah, when we built up Ready Park, Alpine Elementary was being built at the same time. So we worked with Renee Collier, not Renee Collier, I can't remember her name, she's not only principal. We worked with her doing the design of the park. And so we do engage the students as much as we possibly can,
Yeah.
within reason. I've done some public processes where sometimes the projects take a lot longer than the kids, and then so the kids that are third graders are now like 10th graders. They don't really care anymore because their thoughts are much more mature, much different.
Yeah.
And so you lose a little bit of that,
Yeah.
that tactile touch. Now, the exciting thing about this is that the city has partnered with both a design team and a contractor. And so we are under a design build contract, so we are going to be designing and starting construction even before the plan's done. It'll make it more efficient, economically and more efficient time-wise to get these projects, these three projects presented to the public. We should have them all three done by first quarter 2025.
Cool. All right, so the local people are gonna look at these at the next community.
They have already looked at these. They were presented last Wednesday, I guess it was.
Yep.
And so we've given the public about a month. So we're coming back on the 11th with a concept.
Okay.
Okay, and that concept will just show ours somewhere. Again, not tied to that label on that map. It's a master plan level document. So it's just like if it shows the sledding hill could move, the basketball could move, don't get tied into the layout, just get tied into the elements. Okay. We only have a survey yet. So.
Lots of comments to come. Cool. Thank you, Steve.
All right.
And just, I know we're not talking about Clover Meadows, but is this a about the same size as this one, did you say 9 acres?
I was gonna say, Clover Meadows is 6.4 acres, so it's about
Okay.
2/3 the size of Fox Meadows. You didn't mention Gallo, hopefully Gallo's somewhere on your phone.
Gallo, we're full steam ahead.
Not the mural, I mean the art mural.
We have not talked about Art on the Hill, but it's still. in
I'm
review.
giving you that.
Yep, we have an art pad in Informative Park, in addition to our bathroom. When is the timing on that?
Gallo, I'm trying to get out to bid.
Yeah.
It's, I'm waiting for appropriation council, that goes to council on the 24th, so I'm told I can put it out to bid on the 25th, assuming it gets appropriated. So that's, bidding takes a month or two, and then we get the contractor, so we'll be starting on this.
Okay.
Anything else from you?
Thank you very much. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, it really worked great.
Good, I'm glad it did.
Home dashboard,
Yes.
that means. Thank you. All right, I will, yes.
Take care. Hey, we'll start here. I was out of town. And her. Yeah, take care.
Thank you again, Steve.
See ya.
Thanks.
Okey doke.
So, I take from this presentation that we might need to revisit our monetary allocations. Would we need to do that this time?
I think
To put out an RFQ,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
have to present what the budget amount is.
Okay. So we also have to, gosh, I'm just floundering here. So we need to put out an RFQ for artist concepts for a park yet to be determined. But we have some concepts here, but the final decisions are going to be,
Well, I think.
Let me break it down.
yeah, thank you very much. Rescue.
RFQ means request for qualifications. Hiring somebody for a job, just like you would anything else, except that the job has a start date and has a finish date, right? Okay. So the RFQ is a request for qualifications, and we're going to say the bullet points of what this is. We're developing a park, we're looking for an artwork that will be integrated, and we're looking for you as an artist to show us what you have done in the public art world, and especially, have you worked with art designers before, is gonna be a big part of this, right?
Our park designers before.
And the selection panel, then, when you give us your concept and design, and all of this is done, fabrication, installation, all of the bits and pieces, you will get paid X, not to exceed X, including your 10% contingency, which we require on everything. And so then all of these artists are gonna come and they are gonna say, here are the things that I do. You're gonna get mosaic artists, you're gonna get sculptors, you're gonna get painters, and we're gonna be like, nope, we're not looking for painters, thank you very much, you know? And the selection panel is going to look at the aesthetic and projects of all of these different artists, and we're gonna narrow it down to a short list. And then we're gonna take that short list, and the selection panel is gonna vote on it. You're all gonna be there in the open meeting, and you're gonna raise your hands, and you're gonna say, we have questions, concerns about these different artists, and we're gonna get it down to the short list. And then once we get it down to the short list, we're gonna pay those artists a wage to create a concept proposal for the concept proposal of the park, right? And there's gonna be give and take, because they're gonna have an opportunity, the short list, to talk with Steve, to ask a bunch of questions. What about my materials? What about my potential locations? Can I have power? What does the community think about sound art? I wanna, and all of those kinds of things. And they're gonna create their concept in the amount of time we give them, and then they're gonna come back, and all of those artists are going to give you a presentation. Everyone in the open meeting is gonna have an opportunity to ask questions within a certain amount of time. Each artist is going to be given the exact same parameters, same amount
amount of time for question and answer, same amount of time for presentation. They're gonna put those out, and then, the artists are going to go away, and the selection panel's gonna vote. We're gonna get it narrowed down to a chosen and an alternative. Then all of that goes through internal review. Does risk management have any questions? Does anybody, on the big bad list have any questions? And then they are gonna go under contract and start working with Steve. Yes.
So, you partially answered my question.
Sure.
Myself having some background knowledge on, selecting something and then going to risk management and then starting back to square one.
Yep.
Since this is time sensitive, much more than some others that we've been with, would Steve act as a filter such as risk management?
Yes.
So that we don't get so far afield
Yes.
and then we have to back all up again. So
He
I'm
will,
just-
yes, so he will be sitting on the selection panel, not as a voting member, but he will be in all of those meetings, and any concern that he has, this person there, say our budget is 45,000. And the person says, seek and find. I am proposing a seek and find situation. They're gonna be bronze, they're gonna be 2 by 2, you're gonna get about 5 to 7 of them, and, XYZ.
We have
And-
like
Manila, something like Manila, right?
Where she has her things all around.
Right, but maybe instead of bronze, they say, I'm gonna make it out of painted fiberglass, right? Like, between Steve and I, we're gonna raise our hands and say, while Geese Galore was a fantastic
Right.
project that happened they're not conducive to being out of doors.
In the
Risk
park.
management is gonna
Correct.
say, no material does not allow that to be climbable. So, XYZ, this is not, but if this is the direction you wanna go, because it's a concept, if this is the artist you want to go in, we're going to create something that is within the scope. Maybe it's not 5 to 7, it's actually 3, and they are made of something like bronze. This is obviously,
Yeah.
this is just an example, right? It's financially that would never be, but, and it's like River Rodeo that's outside where it's a little frog that the kids can jump on or whatever. But it is going to be very much conceptual, and yes, by the time we get to the point where we have the finalists giving their conceptual, thoughts, as long as they can accomplish and suffice all of the requirements of the city contract, it'll be a go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just trying to make it, just background knowledge, so we
Yeah.
all have by now, but.
Yeah. And while Steve says he would like to have an artist under contract by the end of the year, I would say this if he were still sitting there, I am a realist, and that is not real. If we have a finalist, or we are working to having that final person in place by his construction time, which we are on that path by starting now,
Right.
we'll be fine. But an artist under contract, yeah, no way.
Okay.
Okay, so, let me restate for my own clarification.
Sure, of course.
We're gonna put out an RFQ.
Yes.
Request for qualification.
Correct.
We want somebody who has hopefully in the past worked with designers or, understands the internal workings of working with the city.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not your first public art project.
Integrated artwork into a park that we are currently developing.
Correct.
Get it on the ground floor.
Yep.
And no limits. They could do, they could do 5 different pieces if they wanted to. They could do sound, they could do whatever, we don't know, we have no idea, just, it's open. Then, when we get the 150 artists that apply.
We will.
And we pare down the 50 that absolutely no.
Correct.
Can't do painting, can't do people that are 10.
Yep.
Or whatever. Then we do that, they send slides
Yes.
of their kind of work.
Yeah.
And then we look at those, we select the people that we like, or we deselect the people that we're not, that's not for us.
Yep.
Then we have and then we choose our 3 to 5 finalists.
Yes.
And then they do a presentation.
Correct.
So the first RFQ will be, we give them a month.
Yeah, I'll probably
really want it to cook a little bit longer than that, but yeah, a month and a couple weeks.
So we're looking at the 1st of December.
This is November.
November.
This is the, I'm sorry.
RFQ's written since,
I'm sorry, wait.
somebody's been
What
doing
month is
their own.
this? Is this September?
September.
I'm so confused. Okay, so the 1st of November.
Mhm.
Okay. So the question is, folks, do we think, seeing the scope of these parks and the, thinking of the many different ways art could be integrated, not just, welcome and opening, but lots of little things, little mosaics, or this or that, or something else. Do we think $45,000 is enough?
I think we should probably raise it, especially since we have some leftover funds and, that are gonna kick in 2024.
And this will be encumbered money for '24.
Yes.
And Fox Meadows will be a carryover from 2023's budget. Yes, whatever you decide on for this will not impact the budget that is to be approved next year.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I thought, and I could completely misunderstand
No, you're
what
fine.
we did last month, but I thought we only had so much money left that we had to encumber for '23, and that's why we decided 45, 45. and
We
75.
said 45 because the initial numbers that they gave me, that was what the 1% equaled. But in fact, it's not just the two parks, it's Fox Meadows, Clover Meadows, but then there's also that turf, I call it astroturf, it's not astroturf, synthetic, that there's no public art opportunity, there's still construction line item that is contributing to public art funds. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does everybody know what I'm saying there?
And that's '24 money? '23 money?
That
It's just
has,
money. It's
that-
just money.
It's just the law that every project that
Okay.
with the city, like,
Don't be
the
too
bud,
hard.
I won't. The budget is your checking account, the fund is your savings account. The fund is the 1% from the arts that all of the different infrastructure projects have to put their 1% in. And then every single year, we ask city council and city manager's office to take out of our savings account and put into our checking account to be used within a year.
Okay.
This year, and every year has a checking account. In 2023, we still have monies that we have not spent. By spending, that means we have to be under contract to encumber those dollars, but we're asking if we can carry those dollars over to continue to use.
Okay.
And the budget office said yes.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So, I don't want to, my opinion, my personal opinion is, I don't think 45,000 is enough for this sort of thing, but I don't want to go crazy.
No, I was gonna. go
Those
75.
the bridges are 75, if that makes sense, but I'm thinking maybe 60. What do you guys think? Help me out.
We were going 75.
I would say 75, but even, I don't know, I was going between 70 and 75, but.
I would like to note that you are also setting precedent, so as this is a neighborhood park, which is the smallest of the park system. A community park is a much larger project, so if you think about scale,
A community project would be
a community
like,
park, like the Sisters Park, which is
That's what I was gonna say.
Roosevelt size.
yeah, okay.
So Flanders are installation just there.
Yes,
And to a total of 45?
plus some infrastructure,
Plus
yeah.
some
So it was more about a $60,000 project, yeah.
But part of the infrastructure being created,
Yes.
so we don't have to take into that account.
Right.
But I would say,
The bridge project is huge. The bridge project
Yeah.
is huge. We want something really, really nice there. It's two sides. We allocated 75 to 100. That still seems reasonable to me. I think that, now I'm thinking like 55, 60 for this. That's a lot of money. You can get a lot, we're not looking for just a gazebo, we're looking for something integrated into the
Right.
park.
so if we split the difference and say like 65 or 62.
I can't quite hear you.
I'm sorry, if we say between
I mean, I can see your logic, definitely, I can see what you're saying, especially when, especially if you're looking at the bridge project and that other thing, so, I mean, I would be comfortable with 60 or 65, so, and you know, what do you think, Danielle?
It's 15,000 more than we already allocated, that's a huge amount.
Yeah, it is a big amount additional. I'd be comfortable with 55 to 60. I think it's safe.
But it is a big park too, 9 acres.
It's, you know, it's not as big as Roosevelt, it's
Not even close.
Yeah.
It's just a little community park.
So and it's not as big as Thompson, is
No.
It's not as big as.
Big
it? Not as big as Thompson.
Thompson, okay.
Yeah, and I
It's a nice-
consider,
it's
I
a nice
consider
square.
Thompson kind of a small park.
Yeah, so that, but I'm thinking of that as big, like a nice big square, and when you look at some of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think you're on the right track in the 60 zone,
okay,
Okay.
sure.
but that's just my opinion.
But
It's
you know
really
what?
limited.
What?
You know, I just think if we're gonna talk about 60 to 65 for this part, that the bridge is gonna be well over 100. I mean, and I know we may never have to do it right now, but.
The thing about the bridge, besides being very big and two sides, is that in a couple of years, we're gonna have to do Boston, which is the same size, and we're gonna have to spend another 75 to 100. If, you know, so that's
Easily.
That's huge. I'm thinking 55. I'm really pretty comfortable with 55. Susan? Because we're gonna have to duplicate this money in Clover too.
I understand, 55 sounds good, I'd like to maybe go 60, just because we're seeing more and more. little-
Inflation is
I was just gonna say that.
It's a small amount anymore. I mean,
When we-
that-
The cost of materials
When
is
we did
significantly more than
rejuvenation,
a year and a half ago.
when we did rejuvenation, we voted on that right after the flood. It took us 8 years to get it installed, and we had to increase that price several times
Yes.
to cover the artist materials.
That's exactly.
So if we say 55 right now, that doesn't mean we can't add 5,000 later.
I would, from an administrative point of view, please, let's not.
Yeah.
Let's try to, and also to be very honest, Art and Public Places fund balance is significant. The flood, I mean, all of those projects are starting to wane and to come in. The Art and Public Places fund balance is flush and fine. I think the precedent aspect of this project is something that needs to be considered. Of, you know, if you're spending $60,000, which I do think that 45 is too low. It's
Yeah.
how much we spent on Flanders. We recognized, and the artist was very honest about what we got for the materials that she spent. She probably didn't make on that. And also to Susan's point, we spent a lot on infrastructure, where we're getting infrastructure here. We don't have to pay anything in infrastructure, and we're going to be doing so much better in a number of the resources related to when they can bring their, you know, installation materials in, or they're pouring concrete on one day. We all pour concrete on the same day, so the footers and all those things are done at the same time. So it behooves us to spend a little bit more on the upfront rather than having the idea of coming back and bringing more.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm worried about sprinklers.
No. Even though now I am a master of sprinkler redesign.
It's like going back and saying, oh, Dad, I just need a couple thousand more.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Okay. All right, so what's your number?
60.
60? Okay.
Feel good?
Oh, yeah, you know, you guys, I think you have a better grasp of what some of these art installations are costing, and the labor and the cost of materials, and all that has gone up, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
Okay. So I need a motion.
I make a motion that we allocate $60,000 and release an RFQ as soon as possible for the redevelopment of Fox Creek Park, is that what they're calling it?
It's,
For now.
yeah, right now it's.
Okay, Fox Creek Park, and, that we hopefully will have, artists by the 1st of November to select from.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yep.
Do we want to say allocate 60,000 or do we want to say increase our allocation to 60,000?
Increase, thank you.
Okay,
Increase our allocation.
Increase two.
Okay, I need a second.
Second.
Thank you, Susan.
Susan? All in favor? Unanimous. With four
What
votes.
about, what about?
Hey Jennifer, are you in? Yep, she's in.
Okay.
Yes, I put my hand up.
Thank you.
Okay.
The next
You just
thing,
gotta look my direction.
the next thing I would like, and I'm sorry I did not put this in your notes, is I need to know on that RFQ if we are keeping it regional or if we're going national. I will tell you, we will have a better pool by going nationally.
I have one question.
Yep.
What is our commitment to the artist if it's somebody from Pennsylvania? Do we have to pay for travel?
We would.
And would that be above and beyond the 60,000?
The 60,000 is the project budget, and the project budget alone, the stipends come out other ways, and there's another line item for that, yes.
Okay, so, national, I like national.
On national.
Can we add to the motion?
Make a new motion.
I move that the RFQ be released nationally for national artists.
I second.
And, you know,
Okay. I'm ready for that.
all in favor?
Okay.
Thank you. I'll get that out right away. Steve will review the RFQ.
Could you send
and
me a
then-
copy of the-
Yes, and then we need a task force.
Okay. Now, is that everything on this? We're at number 7, Parks presentation. Is that everything we need to consider for this?
I think that our only challenge is the task force, but because we have so many people missing, let's push it.
Okay, that's easy.
Okay.
Because we won't, the RFQ will be till November 1st or thereabouts.
Correct.
So we only need to have somebody by the 1st or 2nd week of November.
Yeah, maybe we'll just draft an email to take people's temperature on if they want to participate in this.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So thank you, everybody. And now we're at Laura. Shocker.
Laura.
I can't get that right.
It's fine, I will just keep correcting you.
That's fine. That's fine. That.
If you, because I do that your whole life, because I like you, and if I don't correct you, it means I don't care about you.
That's good to know.
No, because Sue all the time.
Oh, yeah. They call you Susie?
No, they call me Sue.
No, Sue's not good. Well, Pamela is Pamela, not Pam.
Yes, I had a discussion with the election lady about that. She said, what'd you like to be called? I said Pamela, but people just keep on with Pam, the span.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
What do we need to know about Shocker?
So artists have started their work.
Great.
They are supposed to be done at the end of November. I'm gonna be working, it's gonna be my project next year, so I'm gonna start working on more materials to help artists do a better job doing the boxes. And then the other thing that I've been doing is I've been updating the GIS mapping for all the boxes. We did lose a box recently to a car crash.
And LPC was very adamant that we are not painting, it is brand new green box. We're not getting to paint it anytime soon.
I was very okay with taking that one out. It was not in good shape. It was,
I mean,
it was right by the sprinklers of the facility and bottom had all been peeled off and it was not attractive anymore.
Sydney went in there.
So, but it's an opportunity for a traffic, there's a traffic.
There's a
box
traffic light right there and that's our next project.
All right, yeah.
All right. So Laura?
Laura.
See, I thought Laura was wrong. Laura. I would like to get with you on the location of the shop. marked boxes? Because I went through the whole GIS, or the whole LPC map,
Yeah.
and located all of them, and some of them are mislocated on their map.
Yeah, correct.
Which is why I'm convinced we didn't get notified when the monarch butterfly wings were removed, because they had it located in a different location.
Huh, okay.
Well, just so the whole world knows that we actually, within the city, have an entire internal structure of GIS, and they're slowly but surely building it, and it's becoming this massive asset, and it's super easy to add layers onto that. So as soon as we have all of our data points, then we put in a ticket and we say, we would like a layer on GIS, and then it's in a formal database that can be applied even on our city website, and as a filter as an amenity on the website, so anybody can find them. So,
I assume the information we need for that is I think that the map we got from LPC has pad numbers, much bigger than box numbers. So the pad numbers and the location and what's there.
and if we just grab the LACOM, then between GIS and LPC, they'll be able to.
I do not remember if I sent you that was the label project, that wasn't I don't think I got that one for all the shot card boxes.
There's so many. I mean, I've been going around and like taking pictures of the ones that needed pictures, or like, hey, where is this actually? So I've been doing a lot of this site visits recently too. So
I have pictures of all of them up to the year 21.
okay, yeah, I think I need to get 22, and then 23 obviously is happening right now. So
All right, we'll talk.
And then next steps, though, we should talk about what next steps are, at least from a resource point of view. The pamphlet.
yeah, so the whole point of us updating all of these things is we want to re-release a new trifold of the shot card boxes. But we were also talking about maybe it also just does a brand new map of all public art, and not, right now we have like public art and bike, but it seems to be too big. Like yesterday I went to a couple different places just to figure out where things were, and I brought that giant map with me, and I looked like a total like insane person, just like this giant thing in front of me. So we want to get something going, but that's like next year.
The bike people don't want us on their map anymore.
Well, the bike people have a lot of bicycle information that's specific to bike, and they don't have room for us
Yeah.
anymore. And they were very kind about it, but basically said, while it was once upon a time two things, we just can't have you anymore. And that's fair. So they are revamping the bike map, and since then, people found out that they're revamping the bike map and public art's not on it, and we're receiving phone calls.
They're breaking up the place.
They are, it's okay.
And people are mad.
They want the new public art map. They're like, we're getting the new bike map, where's the new public art map? And we're like, yeah, we're on it. Can do. So.
It's on the list.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll be great.
Okay, moving on, Unity update.
So Growing Water Smart event is this Saturday, and you get free breakfast and free ice cream, and I would say, and a free plant. I would say, and I know I've said it before, this project is, I think, one of the most successful things that the city has done from a staff point of view in a really long time. It is the most collaborative, cross-departmental, educational, neighborhood inclusive project that I've seen. Grant funds are happening with it, and it's fantastic. So if you go by Kensington at this point in time, you will see all of the turf that they just ripped out of there, totally updated all of the sprinklers, so it's not just gonna flood everything, but instead is going to be a very strategic drip system for the new Water Smart Garden that was designed by the horticulturist at Denver Botanic Gardens. And so the Growing Water Smart team received $25,000 from the city, or rather the state, to do this project. And so it's art in public places, because of course we are protecting Unity, the piece that has been hit by the lawnmower bumper for forever. And so
he
just fixed it. This is Mario Echevarria.
Is this 19th and?
No, it's, is it Long's Peak and?
Or,
Kensington and,
it's Long Peak.
Long's Peak.
Long's Peak.
Long's Peak and,
It is Kensington.
yeah,
Is that-
it's between Martin and Lashley on Long's
Lashley,
Peak.
right.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's in kind of the middle, I guess, if you
Yeah.
would, of Kensington Park. Needless to say, so it's us, the people who are doing heat mapping with GIX are gonna be there, the Parks Department's gonna be there, the conservation team from Growing Water Smart, which is part of sustainability, is there. And it feels like that there's, oh, and then of course, community and neighborhood
This
resources.
is Mario Echeverri's.
His piece from 1998,
Okay, and then the other piece that he has is the gazebo or.
Thompson Timbietto. Yep.
What time did you want us to?
So we are gathering,
I have 0 volunteers right now.
Well, that's because I wasn't sure what I was, I have some restrictions.
Yeah, of course.
And so I wasn't sure when I should sign up.
It's Saturday night, what?
9 to noon.
For some reason, I don't know if it's just my phone, but I can't get on the link. But I'm not sure how on my computer, but it very well could just be my phone too.
Sure.
On Safari, but it just gives me basically a sign up with a blank web page. So, I don't know if it's me or not.
So I'll come at 10.
Okay. I mean, really, your presence is so huge. We're there from, just to inform people.
Are we gonna have a tent or
We will
just?
have a tent. We will, I think we're gonna take
Yeah,
buttons.
the 10 is what gets me. I can't do the 10.
It's okay. We can, I think your presence is helpful,
Are you
yeah.
gonna be set up at 8?
Yeah, but we'll probably be there like 8:30.
Okay, I could do 8:30 tonight.
Perfect. That would be great.
Yeah, I can just do 10.
Really, just popping that tent, it takes,
That's fast.
and you don't mind if your fingers get pinched.
It just pulled up on my.
It's very.
Did it do
easy.
it?
It's very.
Because I was like, I
The
couldn't
more
just.
hands you have, the better.
I just
And-
got through there.
It's okay. It's early though, so that's why you get breakfast, and then you get ice cream, and you get a plant, and you get a plant. So that's the whole point. So I
It's,
know
it's a lot more hands-on than what we normally do, but
Very hands-on.
it's gonna be really lively. Like, again, Angela was saying, it's gonna be, there's heat mapping, neighborhood community services, just a lot of stuff. So I think it'll be really lively, and again, free ice cream. I think it's from Sweet Cow too.
It is
So
Sweet
Cow.
good ice cream.
I just signed up.
Okay.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, okay.
Well, and we're gonna start taking some moves out of Wayne Tomac's playbook, because I don't know, he just has the way of getting the community out there in a special way. To be fair, they canvassed door to door on Monday. I don't know how
They did.
many he hit, but they're just, they hit the pavement. So,
Yeah.
They also
anyway.
got in the Long Nut Leader too, which maybe helps them. I don't know, we'll see.
But they're really trying to, because the tents and things around this is really a resource fair, so there's going to be some boosts related to food insecurity and
Yeah, like
other.
Albertine.
Yeah, so I really think that we are in with a good crowd. So Laura will send out the sign up again if you want to sign up. If you don't want to sign up, please just come. And if your husbands are coming to participate, I will also send you a sign up for that, because I think that they would like to know.
I'll send the sign up and the RSVP link in the same email.
Perfect. Any questions related to Growing Water Smart?
No.
Oh, the last thing is that I think that you can expect, so, because the city is focusing on water conservation, and we're gonna be starting to remove a lot of turf, which Steve didn't, he alluded to, but we're not putting a lot of turf in, and we are taking a lot of turf out, of course. So I think that you can expect to have, the Growing Water Smart team start coming to you asking to build public art projects rather than conserving.
And LRC is working with them for the parks, because there was a lot of nature areas in these parks.
Yeah, they're all talking, it's just this one is very specific because it's a grant
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Commissioner recruitment,
is underway. It is
Now-
open until October 13th.
October 13th, and we're down how many commissioners right now?
4.
We're down to 4. We're at 11 instead of 15.
I thought we were talking about some attrition.
No, the voting of attrition has not happened yet. think we should really take a look at it though, again, after this recruitment
So
cycle.
we need to recruit first, and then we can take a look at it again.
Yeah.
I think we should really take a look at it again. I actually, just randomly, but a friend of mine was moving to Austin and wanted to get part of Austin public, or our places, and I was really shocked that the city of Austin only has 7 people on their commission.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this normal? Like, I don't know. I've never looked at what other commissions hold, so.
We did that either last meeting or the meeting before, and I think the majority of commissions and boards in the city is between, it's like 5 and 7 and
I know
7
we
and
looked at
9.
it for the city of Longmont, but yeah, just.
Oh, and other city-
Yeah,
cities?
I was like,
How many, how
whoa.
many alumni?
7 and 2 alternates, which is weird, and they don't have term limits.
If we didn't have term limits, I would never leave.
I know, me too.
It's kind of an interesting
You need
thing.
to leave.
By all means. All right.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Thanks, Sean.
Why? Don't apologize. Thank you for being here.
Well, I appreciate you guys, everything you do.
Thank you.
So we need a volunteer for nominating committees for new commissioners.
Which will mean doing all of the interviews online and then making a recommendation to city council.
Interviews online.
We'll probably do online interviews rather than in-person interviews, just because. We can do it, if you wanna do it in person, that's fine.
No, that's fine. I mean, you know, I just like people better than.
Then let's try and do it in person. And if we can't schedule in person, then we'll do it online. How about that?
We
Okay.
currently have absolutely no idea how many people are
I know.
on the sign-up sheet yet.
And we won't know because the city clerk doesn't tell us until it closes. So so it could be that we're having in-person interviews with a million people.
I don't, I'm moving.
When are you trying to do interviews?
Well,
She told me
the
when.
recruitment goes through
Well, it's
October
after the
13th, so.
13th. So it's after the 13th.
Probably.
It'll be sometime when I'm on vacation.
That's what, exactly what I was asking on her.
Move on to the next thing and I will figure it out and then I'll let you know.
Okay.
The clerk told me and I didn't read it.
So we don't have someone who's volunteering.
Oh, I just, I'll.
No, I think we're
I'll volunteer.
Yeah, I think it depends on when it actually.
Here we go. Fall board and commission recruitment, see, she just uses all the words. Hold on.
Okay, we can move on, I guess. So,
Yeah, we don't.
Well, I'll volunteer for the nominating committee. I did it last time, but I liked it.
Yeah, I did it, yeah, we did it together, yeah.
Right, we did it together. If somebody else wants to do it, or you prefer to get somebody else, that'd be fine too.
More than one is better.
Oh, yeah, you have to have more than one.
More than one person.
Oh, yeah, we need to have more
Want to
than
be
one.
on
She has to find out when it is.
Oh, yeah, only, yeah, just because, yeah, I got
All right.
2 weeks in October that are weird, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I didn't write that down.
Yeah.
In October, I'm here all month.
Not clear right now.
Okay,
Or
well,
just sit down.
It will be,
These two then, yeah.
chances are, if I was a betting woman, which I'm not, I would bet that it would be those last couple of weeks of October, and they would likely start doing, then, of course, everyone has to go in and then again meet with city council
Yeah, I can't do the 30th.
before appointment,
The
so
30th of October, I can't do.
I can do the 31st of October.
Well, yeah, because that's Halloween, that's Halloween.
Yeah, it's not clear. I would guess it would be
well, the AIPP meeting is the 19th, so we'll know more by then.
Yeah.
They'll be
So
closed.
let's say after the AIPP meeting, that's what it'll be.
Yeah.
So think about being on the selection or the nominating committee.
If it's the last 2 weeks in October, I'm fine except for the 30th.
Okay.
I work the 30th.
So we can just table this decision
Yeah.
for folks, except Jennifer's on, right, Jen?
Yeah, I mean, I should be here all of October, and then November I do have one trip, but, you know, November gets so crazy with all these holidays and everything, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever we do, I can do it by Zoom if we get to.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can't do the first week in November because of the election.
All right, great.
Okay, meeting schedule. So, the 5 of us, do we want to Do we want to cancel the December 21st meeting? It's
Well-
December 21st.
But, I don't know, because we have to vote on, don't we have to vote on the RFQ for the artist?
You won't have, we
We
won't
won't
have,
have to?
we won't have a decision by then.
All right, okay.
Okay, what we did last year was
Could we have a party or something maybe the week before, like we did last year?
Yeah, let's have a party.
we were thinking of maybe like the beginning of January to have one of those art craft parties.
But then that never happened.
No, we did, we made a little.
I remember, no, it's all coming back to me, sorry, misspoke.
It was all that lack of holiday cheer.
There was no Christmas tree
We
then.
all had elf things, elf names.
Yes,
It was fun.
yeah, I remember.
It will be an easier, to do something like that probably would be easier to do after the first of the year.
We'll make buttons.
No, I've already made that.
Well, the five of you get to decide on it.
Okay,
but we need to make a decision.
I think that,
So-
I move that we cancel the December 21st meeting because, oh my God, December 21st, what are we thinking?
Yeah,
So I don't even party on the 21st, so just kidding.
You're out?
I know, I don't care. I'm like, I'm down to come for a meeting on the 21st. I don't care.
I move that we cancel the December 21st meeting.
Second. All in favor?
Canceling.
I'm different, so I don't care.
Jennifer, you don't want to cancel the December?
I want to have a party in December.
I
Okay,
feel
yeah, I'm
that's
on
fine,
your
but
page.
I
I
don't
want to
think.
have a party too.
That's a separate, is that a separate?
Yes, that's a
Yes, that's a separate thing. I'm just talking about,
Time to cancel is one.
I'm just talking about the meeting, the
Yes.
meeting.
All right, okay.
If y'all want to have the party on December 21st, that's fine. But you just need to tell us.
The 21st, but how about the week before? I just like the idea of having a Christmas, a holiday party as a holiday.
Okay, but we're not talking about that right now, we're talking about the meeting.
All right, okay.
We want to have a meeting on December 21st.
No.
We can get.
It's been moved
And seconded.
and seconded, all in favor of not having a meeting on December 21st.
Look at her roll her eyes.
All opposed?
I'm not opposed, but I don't know.
Okay.
So then we need to call any abstentions.
Any abstentions?
Any abstain.
I don't know. I
Okay,
say.
go.
Robert's rule number
Yeah, I think
562.
I think I'm gonna stay too.
All right,
Okay,
she's
so
abstaining,
now-
but it still passes.
Okay, so
3 to 2. 3 to
4, 2 abstain.
We never
Now,
have
Way to
abstention.
go,
The word
girl.
abstention in the minutes. Awesome, I love it.
okay, so when do you want to have a holiday party?
I forgot my purse, so I don't have my phone.
Here's the calendar for December, or here's the calendar for.
Well, but that's your
I don't have
calendar.
the
That's your
calendar. Oh, you don't have,
I
oh,
don't
really,
know.
for dates?
Sure,
All right,
it's
that's
not
fine.
your
All right, that's
Right, you
fair.
got my phone?
Okay, so this is September, right, September? Why don't we decide in October when hopefully there will be more
Oh, we
members?
should
That's
try
fair,
this in
that's
October.
fair.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Good plan.
Let's let
All
everybody else
right,
decide.
so we're gonna table the decision on when to have a holiday meeting party.
Fair enough. There you go.
Until October.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okay, Commissioner comments. Whew. What do we want to do about this? Anything? Icebreaker?
Oh, I have something. I will not be present during the October meeting, just so you know.
Why?
I even got my manager to say it was okay to go on vacation.
What? Yeah, let's go on vacation.
Where
Where are you going?
It's not really because I'm taking my kids to Disneyland.
Oh,
That's a vacation.
Whatever.
That's a
okay.
vacation.
That's a chore.
They're going to Disneyland with Halloween.
That is pretty cool.
Disney,
though.
yeah.
That is
And
cool. That's the only time I want to go to Disney, actually.
Universal Studios Haunted Houses, which is supposed to be next level. The
Universal-
13-year-old is like,
Oh, yeah, that's the
yeah.
best time to go to Universal too, is I guess, 13, 14 too.
go.
And fun.
All right, we have, it's 7:34, we have time for our icebreaker. And I forgot what it is. Hold on. You're unfamiliar with the icebreaker, right? Okay,
It's to make us bond.
so,
Oh, your guilty pleasure, yes.
okay,
That's what I
good.
said, that is-
Guilty pleasure.
So Jennifer
I would say overall guilty pleasure. I think guilty pleasure can reveal a lot of.
Here we go.
Could be a teacher, could
Guilty
be a
pleasure
teacher,
icebreaker with an owl.
With that, well, with that.
And
Well,
probably.
that's
Who's going first?
It's easy for me because every pleasure I have, I feel guilty about.
There it is.
I'm gonna say ice cream. I love ice
I
cream.
love ice cream too.
I'll just say sweets in general.
All right.
Whatever.
Got a bunch of foodies around here.
I think my guilty pleasure is really to have a beer once a week. The beer is so good. Craft
Pleasure,
beer.
I don't know that
That's
we're-
what's fancy about that. It's part of the
Some people like it.
No more guilt on her. All right, Laura, what's your guilty pleasure?
Wait, what about, Ryan and Sarah? Do you guys have guilty pleasures?
Oh, yeah.
Sarah's my guest.
Oh.
Mine's TikTok.
Oh, all right. My guilty pleasure is when I'm like going down like the highway, not the highway, but like, 50 miles per hour, roll down all the windows, blast my really cringy music, like 90s pop. No one should know about this except for you. Do not let this sleep.
Oh, I'm like, it's
Yeah, that is perfect.
I'll name it now.
This is true, this is on the internet now.
Oh no. No, not like the Facebook days when I was a teenager.
So I don't feel guilty about these sour gummy worms that are upstairs. I don't often tell people about my Pez dispenser collection. And I love the Pez, but I don't often put the Pez in the Pez dispenser. Like I eat the Pez separately.
How many do you have?
A lot.
I want to know how many you have now.
It's
This
a
is
lot.
amazing.
It's a lot, and they're old.
Have you watched the Pets documentary yet?
No.
Oh, okay. You also did too.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it, Angela. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's a Pez thing. And I really don't buy new ones. I only like the old ones. And it's a box, and my husband's like, really? And like we've moved it more than once, and it's a problem. Pez is delicious.
There you go.
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
Well, that it's just compressed
Sugar.
Well, where's the bad?
A lot of sugar in there. Yeah, so there it is. And I probably drink more coffee than all of you combined.
Probably. I bought a box of Fancy chocolates in Chicago last weekend. And I opened it up, and I went to eat it, and they're all creams. How disappointing is that?
That is really disappointing, because I like that caramel.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean.
I bought this one because they discontinued chocolate covered pineapple, which is my very favorite thing. And so this was the box that had the only chocolate covered pineapples that they now sell. So I bought that, but everything else is great. So.
Sometimes, you just wonder what's wrong with people.
I know.
Maybe that should be what our holiday party is how to cover fruit and chocolate. And somebody is like a professional.
That would be fun.
Right? All right, well, we will come up with a holiday something.
I just want to remind everyone that we are doing a Kylie mural touch-up October 5th through 6th. So that's happening between.
Is the artist doing it or are we doing it?
Artist is helping us do it.
Yes.
And while we will be looking for volunteers outside of our group, this is not going to be our typical community come and paint situation because we need to stay in the lines.
Yeah.
We need to not use a ton.
I'm sorry, you
ton
said
of
5th and 6th?
Yes, 5th and 6th. So
Thursday and
Oh
Friday.
my God, I think I'm gonna be here.
Because the artist isn't available on Saturday and Sunday because they have
open studio.
open studio.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And then on the back of your agendas, you will see the dates for the rest of your meetings, and also a number of dates to attend, and then 2024 dates as the third Thursday, unless.
I also have a little thing, I have a friend in Lacefield who's holding a display at the Denver Art Museum. And it's giant panels made out of plastic shopping bags.
When is this happening?
It's Sunday, October 1st is when she's going to be there, but it's going to be, she says she's, her contract is for a year. So.
I'm gonna be there tomorrow. So.
All right, we have one more motion you need.
I have one more.
I'm gonna be here
Oh, wait,
tomorrow too, Laura.
Tomorrow.
Boulder Handler Skills Show opens on November 1st, and I'm the juror for it this year.
Cool.
So, that's a great big show. The Boulder Handler Guild is one of the largest leading guilds in the country. They have a show that fills up the entire exhibit hall of fairgrounds every year. So come down and see it. There's all kinds of, every kind of fiber art you can imagine, everything. And they have a sale too.
Yeah, I go.
And where's that located?
It's a Boulder.
At the fairgrounds. In the exhibit hall.
And I'm sorry, I missed the first part of what you said because I wasn't listening at all. What dates was that?
But November 1st, it goes for a week. And it is the Boulder Hand Weavers Guild. It's an exhibition, juried exhibition featuring walk as the juror and sale of all kinds of fiber art.
Yeah, it's a great show. It's really fun.
It's a great show.
It is a great
It's
show.
very interesting.
I go to the Pottery Guild and the Hand Weavers Guild every
Okay,
year.
are we,
There's only one other thing I was gonna mention, speaking of shows, you would notice the, public art display in the corner based upon the flood exhibition. That was done by two of our newest, exhibition staff here at the museum.
That's
So
everything here.
see the flood exhibition that surrounds you here, and don't forget to visit one of your 101 faces that didn't make it. Oh, there he
now it's
is.
7, now it's 8 faces.
Yeah, there's, who knows how many faces.
Okay,
And that's it.
I need a motion to adjourn, please.
My motion to adjourn.
I second.
Thank you.
All in favor?